Hello YouTube, welcome to the garage. Today we're sitting in a 2017 Dodge Challenger. It's got the 3.6 V6 in it. And a little history on this car. The owner of it was having a problem with misfiring. This had that typical Chrysler oil filter housing, oil cooler housing leak, and another shop had taken care of that for her, but it had developed a misfire, pretty bad misfire, and it was running really rich, and would barely pull its own shadow. And several other shops looked at it, and then the parts cannon had been fired at it. And when I got it, it had new cats put on it, new catalytic converters, and the shop that put the catalytic converters on left one of the oxygen sensors off. Why, I have no idea. It only had 3 oxygen sensors when I got it. It had actually, I found out it had knockoff NGK plugs in it, and it had one cheap aftermarket coil on it, and I don't know what all else was done to it. But by the time I worked through all that, got I put 4 new oxygen sensors in it, and the right ones, and I put a set of genuine NGK plugs in it, and put a set of OEM coils on it. And once I got all of that straightened out, where all of the problems that had been put into it, once I got those all squared away, and I found out ultimately that for some strange reason this car thought it was running on ethanol. It was like 78%. It was the reading in the ECM that it was calculating fuel with the idea that it had 78% alcohol content. And according to the owner, this car has never had E85 in it, never. And she's had it since it was new. So, like I said, this thing was just dumping fuel down the throat of the thing. And once I figured that out, and I cleared the memories and got it reset to where it's reading the alcohol level at 0 and calculating the fuel that needs, like as if it's running on gasoline, which it is, that took care of the problem. Okay, once I got that squared away, and it was running fine, a couple days later, the check engine light came on. So rescanned it, and it had a, it's having P0420 and P0430 codes in it. Right now it just shows a P0430 stored code, which is a catalyst inefficiency code. And right now it's not, I don't believe it's showing the, we're going to do a full scan on it. Actually, I can actually get it to start doing that. But it's catalyst efficiency codes that it's complaining about, and that was it. And did some research, and this has got aftermarket. We'll do a full scan on it. Got the Think Tool Platinum S10 Pro. I'm gonna scan it here. But let me get this thing going. I can only do one thing at a time. All right, let's do a smart scan on it. Okay, but I said once I figured out that it was calculating fuel based on running on ethanol, which it takes a lot more ethanol than it does gasoline to get the same output. So that's the reason it was running so rich. And it got it to where it was calculating fuel, as it was running on gas, and it ran fine. A couple days later, the check engine light came on, and I've scanned it a couple times and reset them just to kind of keep an eye on it. And each time, see P0430, that's a stored code, okay? And it's either P0430 or P0420, which is left and right bank. And what I figured out was these are aftermarket catalytic converters, all right? And Chrysler has their parameters set so close that anything other than an OEM catalytic converter is going to fail the catalyst efficiency test. Okay, but OEM catalytic converters are ridiculously priced, and so the owner went with the aftermarket, but you have the check engine problem, and one of the ways around that, you could buy original catalytic converters for it, but she doesn't want to spend that kind of money. This car's got 208,000 miles on it about, and so what we're going to try is, I don't know if you can see this, these are actually, this is an oil anti-foul device where you put this into the cylinder and the spark plug in here, and it keeps the oil off the plug. But you can also use this to put in the oxygen sensor, screw it in the hole, and then screw the oxygen sensor in here, and obviously it's got a hole in it. So what it does is it makes it less sensitive. You put this on the downstream oxygen sensor, and it'll make it less sensitive, and you take the end of the oxygen sensor out of the exhaust stream and get it back where it's still getting exhaust gases, but it's not the full exhaust gases. Make it a little less sensitive, and the idea is that the it won't trip the catalyst inefficiency code. So what we're going to do is I want to look at it before and after. Get it started up here. Okay, and I'm going to get some live data here. Let me see. I want to see the activity of the actual sensors. Volts. I wish these were all in all side by side. Okay, where's the other one? I want 0 to 1. Alright, where is it? What, volts 0 to 1. Okay, there we go. Alright, okay, and let's graph that. I just want to see what they look like. Let's change this to millivolts. I change this to millivolts all the time. I wish there was a way to keep it millivolts, or if there is, I don't know how to do it. I got to figure it out. All right, let's graph that. Okay, I just want to see what the sensors are doing without the spacer put in. Okay, got upstream and downstream, upstream, downstream, upstream, downstream. I want to see what kind of difference it makes. And make sure, yeah, and the money light is on. I also got to figure out how to, there's a way to take a screenshot, a little button over here, and I haven't figured out how to activate that yet. So if anybody knows how to do it, help me out. Put it in the comments. I really appreciate it. Okay, so we got some we'll just save sample does. Yeah, we'll skip it. At least I got this, and like I said, I want to see what this looks like after I put in the spacers. Okay, here's what it looks like installed on the passenger side, and all we gotta do is put it on the driver's side. And remember, you only do the downstream sensors. I'll get this one installed, then we'll look at live data again. Okay, got both of the spacers installed. Got the code there. Okay, let's clear the DTCs. Yes. Okay. No DTCs. I'm going to start the car up. Read data stream. Okay. Volts 0 to 1. Volt 0 to 1. Volt 0 to 1. And volt 0 to 1. Okay. Put these in millivolts. And graph. I'm just looking, the check engine light is off. I don't know why the oscillations here seem to be less. The millivolt seems about the same. This is the upstream on the driver's side, and this is the upstream on the passenger side. The downstream O2 sensors, this is kind of what I was expecting. A lot less, a lot less sensitive on, and that's what we were looking for. Hopefully that's going to take care of the problem. Okay, this it's starting to warm up. The car's been sitting for a little while. Things starting to warm up now. Yeah, before the oscillations, you had more oscillations in the downstream, and this is the idea of putting those spaces in there to make it a little less sensitive. We're not trying to skirt any EPA rules or anything like that. It's just because it's got new cats on it, just they're not OEM, and as long as you got the catalytic converter doing its job, putting these spaces in here, so it's not harming the environment or anything like that. You see that these are the same. And these are the same. This is the passenger side, driver's side. Well, time will tell. As I said, the check engine light is still off, so I'm gonna send this home with the customer and have them drive it, and we'll see what happens. And if anything, I'll give you an update in the description box below once I get she drives it for a while, and let you know if it worked. So that's all the project was for today. So you know the deal. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.